How old is your son? My son is, he'll be 5 in May. Corey Holcomb said men who don't like the mother won't take care of the kid. Yeah, I heard Corey Holcomb say that. He said, and I say that to women, to people all the time. Men get mad at me when I say that. They hate that I say that because they think like it's politically incorrect for me to say something like that. But it's the truth. It's men out there dealing with that. I'm not going to sit here and say men don't do it. Men saying they do it. Men saying that's how they feel. So it's like the truth is, whether it hurts to hear or not, the truth is that men are having a difficult time bonding with children that they had with women they didn't genuinely love. So I tell men all of the time, please stop having babies or having sex with women you don't genuinely have feelings for. Because if she ends up pregnant and you don't even genuinely love her and you've been sitting here pretending all of this time, you're not just hurting yourself, you hurting her, you hurting the whole kid. Like for my son's father to not have feelings for me, why would he pretend? That's what we talked about in this live stream before. We was talking about this like last week. I think it was last week. We was talking about why in the world would you pretend that you like a female? Like why would you pretend you like a woman just to get something? Like what do you gain? Because it can't be sex. Like me and him barely had sex. We barely had good sex at that. Like we started having a little bit of good sex. Like so when I started like right before I got pregnant, the sex started to get a little bit better and we was having it frequently. But for the most part, our entire situation, we spent more time out doing shit. Like we wasn't our relationship wasn't about sex at all. Have you ever called the police on him? No. Spot upon him or raise your voice 2 times in the same night while you were pregnant? No. No. I actually hate arguing. I'm the type of person, I don't like arguing. I don't like yelling. I don't like raising my voice. So when he would come home, because he would always start arguments, it would always be him. And I couldn't understand how a person could come home from work after he'd been working all day, he's stressed. Why would you come home and start an argument with your pregnant girlfriend? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I would be looking like, why is he doing this? What is he doing? And he'd be raising his voice at me. And he was so used to arguing with somebody that for me, I wasn't used to arguing because I don't do that shit. So I'm sitting there looking at him like I've been stopped doing that shit. I used to argue with dudes all of the time in my 20s, but here I was like 37. I'm about to be sitting here arguing with this dude. I was like, this dude, excuse me, I used to just break out in tears. I cry, I argue like a woman, and I just like, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes he be crying. So it was weird. It was like to see him cry, and I'd be looking at him like, how you crying? That don't make sense. How you crying when you the one hurting me? They call me a god.